Hello, Raptors. My name's Paul Mills. This is
The Baguette Nibblers, aka Fabrice Cru.
here we go.
David Morris.
And this is a bit of a roundup from the Token 2049 conference in Singapore. We're here on our last day, so we've just been packing, ready to hit the airport. So we thought we'd give you some highlights of what happened at the conference. So we spoke to some exchanges.
Not just some, we spoke to a whole slew of exchanges, and some of them are going to help us sort out the legal review process required to list on them. Several of them are very interested in potentially working with us on assets, so it's been really positive. We're looking forward to moving forward on all of that, and it's been great, really. It's absolutely crazy. 200 plus contacts to follow up on, so yeah, busy.
So I forget which was your favourite side event?
Oh, totally the Bitcoin party.
The Bitcoin party, yeah.
It was interesting because of the place, the fun we had there. Also because of the people we met there. Pretty cool. Ambar person is a very good person, and some of other projects we could also discuss about what is it, how is it done, and why it matters, how is it done, and the type of blockchain we're creating. And it gets a lot of traction. Eventually when you're doing something like this, which is totally bootstrapped, which is done the right way, got a lot of traction from people because they're not used to this way of doing things. They're basically used to token sales, raising money, and then we see what we develop.
Yeah.
And that's being done the exact same way around, So it's totally the contrary. And they're not used to this way of doing things. And all good people are leading project, and then went to first raising fund and developing the project are totally amazed about what's being done, even more in the layer one blockchain. So we actually had pretty good contact directly on the first day of the venue, of the Token 2049 actual opening venue. A bunch of people we see that needed a hunch on what we did because they're not so used to talk with layer one blockchain. They're more used to talk like
Mainly tokens.
Token.
Tokens, or
yeah.
L2s who launch as tokens to start with,
Yep.
and then become L2s, and then transition into L1s.
Yes, they were pretty. They were even the app, but they're not really used to layer one, and even less how it was done, But it was pretty interesting to see those guys and discuss with them, and there's a lot of connection to be followed, and it's maybe a good moment for us to scale up quicker and to move things around a little quicker.
Yeah.
But we think that hasn't been done before, or we didn't do before. Matter of factly because we didn't want to do it before, but that now seems about the right time to start discussing about it.
Yeah.
So that's we've been doing for the one and second day on the venue. We've been talking all the changes, as David and Paul stated, and David just with his Chinese just went over the moon with this. It's so easy with him, around. So it's you can confirm again that there's a fucking dinosaur in the space, and he's not like the fucking white wolf. So it's crazy. Those things has been going great, and I think we're just about to see new stuff appear.
I think the funniest part was when we were out in basically the middle of nowhere in a new restaurant. A guy stops and says, hey, you're the guy from Tragano, in the middle of
That's pretty cool.
I think the most productive evening we had was last night.
Yeah.
So that was decent. people, had some good chats, and there's a lot of opportunities to be had for the project through that as well.
There's also a lot of potential, not quite earth-shattering things, but potential things to work on from the Green X dinner we attended at the Malayan Council.
Yeah,
There
that
were
was good.
3 exchanges in total there. Smaller ones, but much more focused on real-world assets and potential fractional tokenization of certain types of fish catches before they're landed, which could be fairly interesting to get into, but it would involve us setting up some kind of tokenization or assetization branch or team to work with them on that, but business is business.
Absolutely.
Got to start somewhere.
So, Fabrice,
Mhm.
what was the thing that you most enjoyed about being in Singapore? It doesn't have to be about the event or anything, but what did you most enjoy?
With you guys, meeting in real life, and just powering through everything together. And maybe, should I say, there is one thing I don't enjoy, is that the food here, like chili. There is no chili, no spice. It's very mild, and it's so easy to eat sometimes. So easy, no problem. You know, it doesn't burn your mouth at all.
Come with me to the Indian for breakfast afterwards.
Just burn for you from the upper side to the donut side. You know?
And what did you most dislike about being here in Singapore? There must be something.
Honestly, it was a great welcome. The people here are amazing. We're actually residing in a part of Singapore which is considered as a bad part.
Yeah, it's the red light district.
Okay, that's being said. There is no insecurity. There is no one bothering you. You can see women going by and even family going by night, and there is no problem about it. There is no strict asking person, you know. So the person in Singapore were very welcoming, helpful. Even the police, anyone that could helped us. So I guess that's amazing. But I also think that when you go to the center of Singapore, where there are all those buildings, which is amazing, it makes any European city pale in front of that, you know.
Yeah.
But
The pace of life is way faster here.
yeah, the person life is way faster. You can see that basically they work until they die of it. You know, it's like whatever the job, they just work and that's it. That's their life just goes around this, and it's not something that I prefer. But I mean, the place is amazing. The people are amazing. The facilities are amazing.
Yeah.
And the food obviously is amazing. So yeah, all in all, a very good place to be. But I wouldn't live there.
All right, David. What's the thing that you most enjoyed about being here?
Ooh, that would have to be meeting you guys finally, properly.
Forget said that.
Yeah, but
Ah,
it's true,
okay,
bro.
well,
That's true.
apart from that, being able to get
Was it
whatever
the
food-
dumpling restaurants?
whatever food, like dumpling restaurants, good solid Chinese cooking. Also the beef noodle place, that was
Yeah.
epic.
And what did you most dislike about being in Singapore?
Nothing really in particular. I haven't been here long enough to start disliking anything.
All right.
Well, yourself? It's still the same way.
Thing that I most liked.
I mean,
What?
there is one uncivilized thing here. They do McDonald's deliveries.
Yeah, I just had a McDonald's delivery.
I mean, come on. I mean, you've got 100 meters from here. You've got 5, 6 different restaurants.
It's not for me, man. I'm a typical Englishman. I need my bland food.
See,
I need
this is what's wrong with the world.
yeah.
First we get this, and then we get the purple hair.
Sorry. So, go for it. What did you
The thing
like
I
the
most liked, obviously, I David for the first time. That was a cool thing. But it was actually seeing Singapore and comparing that to Europe and things like that. Singapore's just epic. It's like Europe on steroids, basically. It makes Europe look stupid. So that's the thing I most like: the buildings, and there's no litter anywhere. Everyone just gets along. Everyone's really nice. There's no bad vibes anywhere in the streets. The things I really disliked about Singapore was sharing a room with Baguette when he farts and aims it at me. I was trying to get him back with farts yesterday.
I mean, the rooms here are so small that you don't really even have to aim. It's sort of
Just diffuse itself.
There's no window you can open, so everything's locked in the room. So when Baguette farts, you know about it. This is a serious issue. So that's the only thing I disliked about Singapore, really. Everything else was pretty epic. We had a massage the other day that lasted for 3 hours, and it was very cheap. Highly recommend you do that. Although when you do leave the place, you feel like you've been in a fight.
Yeah, it's basically beat you.
that's how you know it works.
Yeah.
Well, they were literally walking all over my back and jumping up and down and cracking every joint. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, they did absolutely everything. They did the nails, they did the face, they did the toes, and everything, and more. But we won't go into that. Anything else? Anything else that you think we could tell the community?
We may still potentially post some pictures. We discussed posting, but
Which pictures?
the ones from where you had the massage.
No, don't post those.
We cannot do that. We cannot talk about community money. It's not possible. Every fund was handled properly. I mean, there is no issue.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning into our Singapore Roundup video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've seen that we enjoyed ourselves in Singapore, and we're glad to be getting back to work.
It was
Next
awesome,
week.
but intense.
It was very intense. We had a lot of contact. We are happy because we managed to have both sides, meaning we have managed to do the business side as well as the fun side together all, and that's really important too, to enjoy as a team, because we don't get to meet every now often. So when we do, it's fucking awesome. And what's more important is that most of our better business and better discussion now for business and growing, Raptorium were done outside of the show. The venue was amazing, but it was totally B2B. But in the venue, the guys that doesn't have time for you because they're running for any person that they have to do that are having booth there. So most of the time, the best discussion we had was outside having drinks or at an event party. And
Dinner.
at the dinner. I mean, it was amazing, and that's when everyone is relaxed. We are not really here at the beginning to do business, but it ends because this is a passion. That's a fire for all of us. Yeah.
We're done.
No.
We're done. Shut up.
No.
We're done. We were trying to round it up. You
No.
carry on and do all this stuff. Thank you for tuning into this event roundup. Get off me. Don't forget to follow us at Raptorium on TikTok at Official Raptorium, on Instagram at Raptorium, and Official Raptorium on YouTube as well. Don't forget to click the little like at the bottom and the little bell to be kept up to date with any more Raptorium videos. We will be back for a live stream as usual on a Sunday, and as you know, we've got our new asset code that's just come out, so get created assets, show us what you've been building, and
It's a man we give away.
no.